What's good, eCasters? Plus Master here. Welcome back to another deck profile. Today I'm going to be going over my Grim Reaper deck profile, and if you're interested in seeing more deck profiles and gameplay and pack openings, or interested in my game I'm creating, Pocket Dimensions, remember to subscribe. And if you want to see things before they come on YouTube, go follow my Twitch, which is shiny_ho-ho23, and or it's shinyhoho_23. I'll have it pop up what the name is, so, and then you'll be able to see gameplay that doesn't make it up here. You'll be able to see stuff before it gets onto YouTube. You could come hang out and stuff. Kick it in the chat. So without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. The main win condition, and probably the only win condition, unless your opponent has a terrible deck, is going to be Grim Reaper, which, if you are unaware, it costs 9 aura, has 1 LP, you only can play 1. It has Immortal, it has Spirit, and it has Death Touch, or Destruction, whatever you want to call it. You may contract this page from your Limbo, Cemetery, or Afterlife. This page can only be contracted with Dark Aura pages, and cannot have its aura cost reduced. This page cannot be inflicted by or affected by other pages. So you can't index this, you can't do anything. Like, no page text can apply to this card directly. Only like indirectly, which would be something like dealing with like the dice roll. So the end is its attack. It does 1 damage. This attack ignores effect tech boxes. This attack damages a caster roll. If the result is not a 1 or a 6, that caster loses a game. So if the result is not a 1 or a 6, that caster loses the game. So it sounds like maybe I've been playing this wrong, because I thought it had to be a 1 or a 6. If the result is not a 1 or a 6, that caster loses the game. So the chances are, what is that? 4 out of 6 that caster loses the game. So yeah, apparently you don't want it to be a 1 or a 6. Alright, well, I've been making things a little bit more difficult for myself, apparently, because if it is a 1 or a 6, then they don't lose the game. So it has to be 2, 3, 4, 5. Which, I guess that makes sense, but I thought it was a little bit harder to do than that. But I guess the difficulty of it is just making it to 9 aura, which we're going to go over how we can actually do that after we talk a little bit more about the cards. So since we are going to be hitting high aura, figured might as well throw an awful in here. It can spot remove something. It has high HP. It's got flying. So it's a pretty solid beastie. 6 drop, 135 LP, 1 per spellbook, flying. It has Terra bonuses, but we're not playing Terra, just to keep it 40 cards. To make sure that we can consistently get Dark Aura out every turn to be able to get to our 9 aura cost as soon as possible. And you may destroy target beastie. This effect cannot be prevented if you do place this beastie into the afterlife. This beastie cannot be affected by fear or scared. And then it has its attack that scares and does 50 damage. So he's a pretty beefy dude. Pretty nice, has spot removal. We just have like a bunch of good like mid-range, high-level beasties, awful, and then Jersey Devil being a good defender because he'll take 0 damage. So he'll help you block attacks, but if they can pop them, they'll just pop them. So this deck isn't really super good if fire and dark are prevalent in the meta. So just keep that in mind. But if the meta slows down, this deck's going to just run over all of those decks. So this deck could be before its time, but later on it could be really good. So Jersey Devil is 4-drop, 70 LP, 1 per spellbook, flying, fear, terror bonuses, which we don't use. When you contract Jersey Devil, you are dealt 50 damage unless you produce a blood-curdling scream. Reduce all damage Jersey Devil would take from attacks other beasties to 0. And then it also burns and does 50 damage. So again, he's just like a good blocker, a guy that's going to be able to sit around and kind of make it so you have a better chance to make it to that turn. You turn 10, the latest, is the win condition, but you can also win on your turn 8, your turn 9, because you do need the Grim Reaper to stand up to be able to attack. Then that'll be the earliest win condition that you would have. And then we have the promo Mothman, which is just really good also defensively. You can get him out really early. You can prevent PCs from sticking around and smacking you in the face. He's a 3-drop, 90 LP, 1 per spellbook, flying, fear, terror bonuses that we don't use. Well, this page is in the arena. Any beastie that is contracted by an opposing caster is inflicted with scare, which meaning they're going to have to roll a dice. If it's tails, they'll bounce back up to their hand, and then they're going to have to recast it as soon as they fatigue it. So then you'll basically be preventing an attack. And then we have a new card from Seance, which is the Black Dog of the Hanging Hills, which he's a 1-drop spirit, 25 LP, 6 per spellbook. He's got the spirit trait, terror bonuses that we don't use. Contract: if the crystal ball is within eyesight, choose the result of the next coin flip or dice roll until this turn. The next result this turn. So he kind of ensures that once your Grim Reaper stands up, that you'll be able to finish the game at that point. So that's why there's just one of them. He's good to help secure the win, but he's not necessary. And then there's just his attack that is scared, 20 attack. And then you place a beastie into your afterlife. You can. It says you may, so you don't have to. So he's pretty good. He's just mainly there for the contract effect, to be able to bounce. To call the dice roll, which is pretty good. And he's like a body. So, you can also do the potion that lets you, the luck potion, something like that. You can do that as well. But I already play some spirit cards just to be able to slow them down to help increase our chances of making it to that turn 8 through 10. So next we have the Alpha Gator, which Alpha Gator is 4 water, which we won't be able to actually contract this guy, but it's fine. He's got 100 LP, 1 per spellbook, stone skin, terror bonuses we don't use. Actually, we have City for Mothman, so Mothman will be hitting for 75. And that's the main thing. So you may reveal this page from your chapter to search your spellbook for a City Terror page, add it to your chapter, then shuffle this page into your spellbook. Man, my voice is going. Contract, place 2. yeah, none of the other effects apply in this deck. It's mainly we reveal this, search out a city terror, which is going to be our overgrown city. Which overgrown city, once we contract it, we're going to be able to play a basic aura page fatigued into play, into the arena. Basically making it so if we drop 2 of these in one turn, we go from having 1 aura to 3, making it so that we can hit 3 on turn 1, turn 2 you'll have 4, turn 5, turn 3 you'll have 5, and so on. So it makes it so it cuts down the turns to be able to get the Grim Reaper out, but then you can also grab the 1 spirit aura if you're being rushed, and then kind of use that for the Morpheus, which is one of the next cards. We have 2 Morpheuses here just to hopefully sleep something that's power up red that doesn't have 2 traits. It's pretty much just to deal with the things that don't have 2 traits, and then the Hateful Demise will be able to eliminate anything that has 2 traits. And that's really the big reason why this deck has a hard time against fire, is just because fire doesn't have any cards that are 2 traits. So fire just gets free run to just smack you in the face quite a bit, which is unfortunate. So, but with the proper siding, that could be, irrelevant. But this card is also grabbable off of the Reaper's Scythe, so you can fatigue this, and then fatigue this, pop it, and then add this back to your hand, and then this helps kind of clear the board for those two trait beasties. And then it also can generate an aura to help you get out the promo Mothman on your turn 2, and hopefully set you up to have a little bit more protection in the early game while you're trying to get your aura down. Right here we have the new artwork of Patient Insight, which it can be sided, but if you're going second, you get to draw 3 instead of 1. So this is just a going second deck. And then we have this card just to fix your hand. It makes it so each player bookmarks, and then you can put as many cards to the bottom and then draw that many. Just for extra draw. 2 bookmarks, 1 new beginnings. You can play probably new beginnings of this deck because you don't care, but it is kind of nice to just send the aura pages back instead of discarding them. So this is kind of more relevant in my opinion. And we're playing 5 Smokies just to help us survive in those critical situations where we just need to kind of like keep stuff alive, like our Mothman or our Jersey Devil, if there's something that can like attack or like remove it. But we can also do it to prevent high amounts of damage, to basically hopefully get us another couple turns, because another couple turns could result into having Grim Reaper out and just winning the game that way. And Grim Reaper Scythe, like I said, just to once you get your pieces out of the deck and into your hand, you can kind of just start Reaper Scything. And it's also pretty good to do these to kind of secure like doing draw power things once you're like about to hit 9 aura, but you don't have 9 aura and you have the Grim Reaper in hand, because you really want to drop Grim Reaper that turn that you play your 9th aura, whatever turn that may be. So it really helps for that, because it extends your aura count, making it so you can actually play stuff. So that's cool. The then yeah, 13 Dark Aura, 1 Spirit Aura. So we're playing 14 altogether, just to have that high count, make sure that we hit Aura every single turn. If you don't play an Aura each turn, it's kind of bad for this deck, at least. And then that's pretty much going to be it for the deck. Let me know what you guys think. The main idea is just Overgrown City. Get out your Aura as soon as possible. To 9, smack them in the face with Grim Reaper, and win the game that way. The deck's centered around Grim Reaper just because I don't think there is another way to actually play it if you just, have them in the deck, just because it's probably just not going to be played. So it's really just focused around him, and then everything else is kind of just to like divert their attention to that stuff while you're trying to set up the Grim Reaper. So yep, there it is. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think of this deck in the comments, and I'm gonna have more deck lists coming out soon, because I've been working on a lot of decks while I've been absent. But I do like to put a lot of time into the list, make sure I'm giving you guys some quality deck lists. So I'm going to start rolling those ones out for you guys, and hope you enjoy. Remember to subscribe. Peace.